Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to check out the latest installment, or rather the latest one I'm up to, of the Dawnbringer short story series from Black Library. I apologise once again that these are a little bit delayed. Black Library had an issue with them uploading after I read the second one, so we are a little bit behind as I've got some other things that need to come out on the channel as well. But we are getting to them all, and this is the 4th out of 5, so we've done 3 of them so far. Road to Hell's March, Past Returns, and Heir of Shadow so far. And now we're taking a look at Grimnirsson by Graham Thomas Wilcox. Now, this is, like I said, you could purchase these in a bundle after, but I believe they're all available separately now anyway. A really fun little look at short stories about the Dawnbringer Crusades. And so this particular story is about Genseric, a Grimwrath berserker wearied by centuries of war and afflicted by dreams of Grimnir. He protects a barbarian village in the deepest parts of Gur, which finds itself in the path of an oncoming Dawnbringer crusade. So this is really interesting because this story, unlike some of the others, is about sort of looking at the coming of a Dawnbringer crusade rather than being part of it. It should also be mentioned as well that this is Graham Thomas Wilcox's first Black Library publication, so congrats on getting your first Black Library publication. I know lots of people really look forward to getting it in there, whether you're an established author or, a fledgling author. Lots of people really want their stuff from Black Library, so awesome to see you get one of your stories shown, and I hope you have more in the future to offer as well. And so the story's purpose, this really shows 2 main things for me. First of all, this, like Heir of Shadows, is actually showing something else added into the Dawnbringer Crusades, which is really cool. I like this idea that we do have all these other races coming to the cities of Sigma as well. Heir of Shadows showed, obviously, Daughters of Cain, and this one shows us a Fire Slayer in the form of a Grimwrath Berserker. Now, first of all, it gives us a really cool look at the Grimwrath Berserkers. They're a really interesting one, they're these sort of wrathful Fire Slayers that are, only ever fighting for war, which is something to say that they're fighting for war more, or fighting to have a war more than any other Fire Slayer, which are naturally sort of wrathful and fearsome and warlike creatures of the mortal realms. Now, secondly, and I think more importantly, this really does a good job of showing the darker side of the Dawnbringer Crusades. A really sort of grimdark aspect takes on parts of this story, and it does show the darker side as well of what faith can do to the pious, for every priest in the mortal realms that, lifts up the spirits of followers and helps the benighted become, the powerful. This one is just sort of using faith as a measure of power to get what they want, to do what they want, and to sort of see things in their way. And they've got this sort of unbreakable faith that sort of, I guess you would say in like Dungeons and Dragons terms, if you're looking at that, that chaotic lawful. And so we have our main characters, and yes, there are 2. Obviously, the story really does center around Genseric, but it does also take on another main character that is Aoife. I believe that's how they pronounce the name. It is sort of reminiscent of an old Irish name. I hope I've got it. It's either Aoife or Aoife, something like that. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, or if I've got somewhat close, let us know. There may be people better to pronounce. I did look it up to try and sort of get an idea. But these are our 2 main characters. So Genseric is sort of sworn family to Aoife. And these 2 characters have, this familial bonds. Even though he's a dwarf, he still respects his oaths of family as if, this human Aoife was, his own dwarven kin, because he has sworn an oath. He has, taken on her family as his own, as they sort of took in a Grimwrath Berserker who are normally sort of exiled from a lot of the Fire Slayer clans. And so these are our 2 main characters, and they're both really interesting and deep, and it's a nice little connection between, this sort of maddened Dwarden who he's promised he won't go to war anymore for her. He will give up, and it's really interesting seeing that inner turmoil within him as he wants to make his family proud, even though, his family are these human barbarians. Would I like to see these main characters again, though? Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but yes, I would like to see the main characters again. I think there's definitely a lot to tell in some of the stories here from these characters. Particularly one of them has quite a bit to go on with the story for them. I don't want to say too much without spoiling the story here. But yeah, the main characters, there's definitely some things to give at the end of the story that will change sort of the relationships and stuff like that. But has opportunities, I think, for these characters to carry on again. I don't think there's anything too generic, but I really would like to see the story I'm thinking of. You know, there's definitely a bit of revenge in there, obviously talking about how the Dawnbringers are a darker side in this, and are pretty much, you know, the adversary in this. I would like to see these characters taken up again. What does this short story do well, though? For me, I love the inner dialogue this story has throughout it. There's a lot of italicized text in there that is, you know, the inner dialogue or the mind and the feelings of Genseric, our Grimnirsson Berserker, sort of thinking to himself. And I think this gives a really great sort of view of him trying to push back that inner rage, but also, you know, that sort of rage itself and what it looks like, what it feels like to be someone like him. I think it gives a really deep look to his character in such a short space of time. And so, who would like this story? I think, other than some of the other stories, unlike some of the other stories, I should say, this is maybe for those who are opposed to the reign of Sigmar. This is definitely a story that shows the Dawnbringer Crusades as the bad guys within it. And so, I think there's definitely, you know, a lot to be said for that. If you maybe like something like God Eater's Son taking on the cities of Sigmar and stuff like that, then maybe this could be the sort of story you would like to see. But also, if you are a Fireslay fan, this is a really great look at the inner turmoil of a Grimnirsson Berserker. I think it has a really nice sort of look and feel to it that I think gives a lot to the story. And if you like Fireslays, I think this would be a fun little short story to pick up. And so, in summary, this is a really deep little story for such a small tale. The efforts of the writer really went into trying to show you both the familial ties and the familial strength of the Fireslay and his chosen family, the humans he lives with, and Afe, but also the inner turmoil of that Fireslay as well, of Genseric. Both really make for a really interesting and deep and sort of a read that makes you fall in love with these characters, or at least feel the love between these characters, whether that be, you know, this sort of love of family, this, you know, love of friendship. But it makes for a great little read. I really, really enjoy this. If you've been keeping up with Dawnbringer a week and you've read Grimnirsson, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below of it. Let us know your thoughts about any of the others you've read as well, and I can't wait to get to the last one for this week after this. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. Also, if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so by one of the following ways, either by going to our Patreon or YouTube members, which are linked down in the video's description, grabbing yourself some merch from Teespring or Ko-fi stores, also linked down in the video's description, or by helping us by purchasing something through one of our channel sponsors with our discount codes, again, linked in the video's description. Now, as a special thank you to all our supporters, we'd like to give a shout out to all our Patrons and YouTube members. So thank you to our Patrons, Christian Weir, Soren, Candy Lyle, Alderan Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Dovemere, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Redmine, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Greenroots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny 84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Tabletop Terrain, Davis Weird, James Tillman, Gargamel 196, Disco, and John Castle. A special thanks as well to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and indeed to everyone who helps not only run our Discord, the Facebook groups we run as well, but also comes, joins, and plays in the games on the channel that you see as well. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.